Recently, as many African presidents were packing their bags to depart to Beijing, China for the China-Africa Summit last week, Assimi Goïta had already spent 2 days in China, holding meetings and meeting Chinese arms manufacturers and investors. Colonel Assimi Goïta, the interim president of Mali since May 2021, has emerged as a key figure in West African politics. As the leader of 2 coups in Mali, Goïta has positioned himself as a strongman against Western influence, particularly France. He's also the driving force behind the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, a coalition of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, all led by military juntas. Goïta's leadership style is marked by anti-Western rhetoric, closer ties with Russia, and a focus on regional security cooperation, particularly in combating jihadist threats in the Sahel region. A name that echoes through the streets of Mali and resonates across the globe. A fearless leader who has stood his ground against powerful forces, saying no to both France and ECOWAS. How did a soft-spoken military man rise to such prominence, leading not 1, but 2 coups, and redefining Mali's political landscape? And make no mistake, he was the first among the Confederation of Sahel states to boot out both French and United Nations forces, setting the stage for leaders like Ibrahim Traoré and General Tiani to follow suit in their respective countries. So, who is Colonel Assimi Goïta, and what is his story? Today, we dive into the journey of this fearless leader who has captured the attention of the world. In this discussion, we'll explore Goïta's early life, his military background, the pivotal coups that brought him to power, his leadership style, and his bold stance against powerful international entities. But before we get into that, let's go back to where it all began. Assimi Goïta was born in the village of N'Djiba, deep in the heart of Mali. His journey to power is anything but ordinary. What childhood experiences shaped this future leader? What influences led him to choose a life of military service? Goïta, the current president of Mali, hails from a military family. His father, a military officer and director of the military police, had a significant influence on young Goïta, who was raised near Bamako. Early on, he was inspired to follow in his father's footsteps, which led him to enroll at the Prytanée Militaire de Kati, a prestigious school known for producing future military leaders. Growing up, Goïta was known for his quiet demeanor and sharp intellect. These early traits would later define his leadership style. But what really set him apart was his fascination with strategy and discipline, traits he honed at the military academy. At the Prytanée Militaire de Kati, Goïta excelled in his studies and demonstrated exceptional leadership qualities. He was recognized multiple times for his strategic acumen and dedication, earning commendations for both his academic achievements and performance in field exercises. But Goïta's ambitions didn't stop there. He sought advanced training programs both locally and internationally. He participated in specialized military education, from counterterrorism training in the United States to elite officer programs in Europe. These experiences not only sharpened his military tactics, but also broadened his understanding of global leadership strategies. This unique combination of local insight and international expertise set the stage for Goïta's future role as Mali's leader. If you like what you are hearing so far, kindly support this channel by liking and subscribing to encourage us to bring you developments across the Sahel and Africa. Please follow till the end to get the thoughts of Assimi Goïta on several pertinent issues. Let's continue. So, how did this highly trained soldier transition from the ranks of the military to leading a nation? What motivated him to lead not just 1, but 2 coups in less than a year? The story of Goïta's rise is one of intrigue, strategy, and bold decision-making. Assimi Goïta's leadership style is a study in contrasts. How does a soft-spoken man command such decisive action and unwavering loyalty? His calm and composed demeanor often gives the impression of a reserved figure. But beneath that quiet exterior lies a leader of remarkable decisiveness. Despite rarely raising his voice, Goïta's leadership has left an indelible mark on Mali's political landscape. Public perception of Goïta is mixed. While some admire his thoughtful leadership style, others question whether his quiet demeanor is enough to face the complex challenges ahead. But it's his approach to leadership that truly sets him apart. Goïta's strategic decision-making and crisis management skills have been tested repeatedly, and time and again, he has risen to the occasion. One of Goïta's most notable leadership moments came during Mali's political unrest. His bold steps to stabilize the government during this time showcased his ability to take fearless, swift action when necessary. Under his leadership, several key reforms have been introduced, aimed at reshaping Mali's governance and society. His policies, ranging from restructuring the military to promoting anti-corruption measures and fostering economic development, are already having a significant impact on the country. But challenges remain. What other policies should Goïta focus on to ensure Mali's long-term stability? On the international stage, Goïta's leadership is defined by his defiance against powerful external forces. What drives a leader to stand up against influential entities like France and ECOWAS? To understand Goïta's bold stance, we need to explore the historical context. Mali, like many West African countries, shares a complicated history with France. Colonized in the late 19th century, Mali gained independence in 1960, but French influence remained strong through economic ties, military cooperation, and political interventions. France maintained a firm grip on Mali's political and economic affairs, even after independence. For decades, French troops intervened in Mali, most notably in 2013, to counter jihadist groups. This deeply entrenched relationship set the stage for future tensions between Mali and France. Then there's ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States, which aims to promote regional integration and political stability. While ECOWAS has often acted as a mediator in Mali's political crises, its interventions have sparked controversy, particularly under Goïta's leadership. From the very beginning, Goïta marked his leadership with clear resistance to external influence. One of the most significant moments came after the second coup in 2021, when he rejected ECOWAS's transitional government proposal, insisting that Mali had the sovereign right to determine its own political future. This defiance led to sanctions, but Goïta stood firm, undeterred by external pressures. His stance against France has been equally bold. Goïta repeatedly called for a reduction in French military presence in Mali, insisting that Mali must take control of its own security. His pushback culminated in the expulsion of the French ambassador in 2022, a move that sent shockwaves through the diplomatic world. Goïta followed through by expelling French troops, bringing an end to Operation Barkhane, France's counterterrorism mission in the Sahel. But why has Goïta taken such a strong stance against these powerful entities? His reasons stem from a desire for genuine sovereignty, free from foreign intervention. He believes that external involvement often comes with conditions that limit Mali's ability to address its unique challenges. Furthermore, Goïta argued that French forces had failed to effectively counter jihadist threats, instead prioritizing French business interests and exploiting Mali's resources for France's benefit. Goïta's bold actions didn't stop with France. In June 2023, his government demanded the withdrawal of the United Nations Multidimensional Integrated Stabilization Mission in Mali, MINUSMA, citing concerns over sovereignty and questioning the mission's effectiveness. The UN complied, marking another pivotal moment in Goïta's leadership, as he became the first Sahelian leader to expel both French and UN forces. International reactions to Goïta's defiance have been mixed. While some countries and organizations condemned his actions, others admired his determination to reclaim Mali's sovereignty. This boldness has earned Goïta both praise and criticism, as he continues to challenge the international status quo. Within Mali, Goïta enjoys widespread public support, especially among those who view him as a patriot standing up for Mali's sovereignty. His efforts to reduce foreign influence and prioritize national interests resonate with many Malians, who appreciate his commitment to protecting their nation's integrity. One of Goïta's key strategies has been to forge alliances with neighboring countries facing similar security challenges, such as Burkina Faso and Niger. Together, these nations formed the Confederation of Sahel States, a security coalition aimed at tackling the jihadist threat more effectively. By pooling resources, intelligence, and logistics, this coalition is beginning to see results, with some towns in Mali being reclaimed from jihadist control. Goïta's pragmatic approach even extends to exploring possible negotiations with jihadist groups, a strategy that has drawn criticism from the West, but reflects his belief that, in some cases, a combination of diplomacy and military action may be more effective. Globally, Assimi Goïta's rise has not gone unnoticed. International media portrays him in varied lights. Some see him as a disruptor, while others label him a nationalist hero. Political analysts also remain divided. Some praise his bold stance as a necessary step toward true independence, while others caution against the risks involved. Despite these challenges, Goïta's leadership has sparked a renewed focus on national defense and self-sufficiency. While Mali has endured economic hardships due to sanctions, Goïta's internal reforms aim to stabilize the country and foster long-term growth. The question remains, can Goïta overcome these challenges and lead Mali to a brighter future? Assimi Goïta's leadership is a complex combination of bold decisions, significant challenges, and hopeful prospects. His legacy, still in the making, is one of sovereignty, resilience, and defiance against external powers. What lies ahead for Goïta and Mali? Only time will tell, but his leadership is already shaping a new chapter in Mali's history. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into Africa's changing economic landscape. This could be the start of a new chapter for Africa's resource management, and we'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. Remember, Africa is watching. I leave you with some notable quotes of Assimi Goïta. On Mali's sovereignty, Mali must regain its sovereignty and dignity. We cannot allow foreign powers to dictate our future. On military intervention, our primary objective is to ensure the security and stability of our nation. We will take all necessary measures to protect Mali from internal and external threats. On political reforms, we are committed to laying the foundations for a strong and transparent political system that reflects the will of the Malian people. On international relations, we welcome cooperation with all nations, but it must be based on mutual respect and the interests of our people. On the role of the military and governance, the military is here to support and protect the democratic aspirations of the Malian people. Our goal is not to stay in power, but to facilitate a smooth transition to civilian rule. On the challenges facing Mali, Mali faces numerous challenges, from security threats to economic hardships. It is our duty to address these issues with courage and determination. On the economic community of West African states sanctions will not deter us from our mission. We will continue to work for the betterment of Mali, regardless of external pressures. On corruption and governance, corruption has no place in Mali's future. We will implement reforms to ensure transparency and accountability in all aspects of governance. On the future of Mali, Mali's future is in the hands of its people. Together we will build a nation that is strong, united, and prosperous. On his leadership philosophy, leadership is not about power. It is about service to the people. Our actions must always be guided by the interests of the nation and its citizens.